So yes, today I'm dressed like Sadness from the movie Inside Out, because today's question is... saddest anime scene. Okay, so to be honest, I very rarely cry at anything in the media. It's not that I don't feel sad during certain scenes or whatever, it's just very, very rare that I'll actually cry at anything in a movie or a TV program or anything, let alone a cartoon. Oh, and before you go off at me at the whole anime aren't cartoons thing, I'd like to say that while I was in Japan and I met my sister's host mother, whom she had told that I'm a fan of anime, her host mother said to me, "Your sister tells me that you like cartoons?" So there you go, an actual Japanese person called anime cartoons, so I don't know why I'm being so joyful about that when I'm Sadness, but anyway. So yeah, it's very rare that I'll actually cry at anything, let alone an animation, but there have been 2 occasions where an anime has genuinely made me cry. And so for my pick in this category, I'm going to go with the very first scene that made me cry in an anime. Oh, and spoiler warning, by the way. For me, my saddest scene ever in an anime was in Canon. And those of you who have seen the series know what moment I'm talking about. My saddest scene ever, the first scene in an anime to genuinely make me cry, was Makoto's death in Canon, which was a very tragic and very touching scene. I think what makes it particularly sad is just the way they built up to it, as we see her growing weaker and weaker and weaker and losing more and more of her motor skills as she approaches death. It just really tugs at the heartstrings, and then when it finally happens, when she does finally go, it's a really touching scene. And a little bit confusing as to what actually happens, but it's still really sad. Say what you will about English dubs, but to me, Chris Patton and Tiffany Terrell nailed it in that final scene. They got the emotion just perfect, in my opinion, and I've seen both versions, and I think they captured the emotion that that scene was going for in the English dub perfectly. And yes, I have seen the Japanese version as well, as I just said. That was one of the rare times I genuinely cried at an anime. I mean, watching it subsequent times I didn't cry because obviously I knew what was coming, but it's still a really sad and really touching scene, which was really well done. And that, to me, was the saddest scene in an anime. Let me know in the comment section what your saddest anime scene ever was. And don't worry if you didn't actually cry at it. You don't have to cry at a scene to find it sad. I see anime fans tormenting themselves over this all the time. You don't have to cry at a scene to find it sad. Like I said, it's very rare that I cry at an anime. Like, me crying at Canon and the other anime that made me cry, those were very rare instances. And that's not to say there haven't been sad scenes in other anime, but, you know, they didn't make me cry, but they did make me sad. You can be sad without crying. I mean, look at me right now. I am literally Sadness, and I'm not crying. If you like this video, do be sure to thumbs up it and share it with your friends. Because if you don't, I'll cry! Nah, not really. Make sure to also follow me on Twitter as well. I promise I don't often post about sad things on there. Although, maybe once or twice. This is Sadness Anime Jack, and I will see you tomorrow for the next question. Oh, Makoto! I can't get over, I'm looking at the viewfinder, I can't get over how good this actually looks. This is actually perfect. Oh, I need to cross-play as Sadness to a convention. Oh, I was boiling in that. Oh, it was so hot in that this costume.